past few years, I've been working in my office and out on a construction site, but I had never really worked from home. So this shift to working from home has been quite an experience for me. So today I am sharing my tips for working from home effectively and sharing a day of my schedule. So this is a day in the life of an engineer, the work from home edition. Getting some breakfast every day gets my day going and it helps me concentrate from the start. And so that's a really good way to start the day off. First thing I do when I get online is check my emails just to catch up with anything that's gone on in the evening. I've got coworkers that like to stay on late, and so checking my emails helps me assign them as tasks and plan for the day. So knowing what I have to do for the day means that I can get going on that immediately. So I get to work on any projects or anything that I didn't finish up the day before and coordinate with my team for any support that they need for producing anything that's due on that day. As a civil engineer, I am looking through plans and making sure that we go through several steps of quality control just to clarify any issues on them and make things easy as possible when they go to construction. We are looking through standards and different rules that we have to follow on that. Today is actually a special day because for the first time ever, I get to interview someone for a position. Now, even though it's for a position higher than my level, the company believes in having everyone who's involved in a team and would have a chance to work with someone be part of the group that's interviewing them. And so I am interviewing for someone who would most likely be a lead for my team and I would be reporting to on a regular basis. Our interview team has different slots for different people, and so I am on the phone over a video call for a while with them. To do this, I pick a good spot in my apartment where I have a plain background and I plug in my headphones just so they can definitely hear me properly. I have a hard time speaking very loudly at times, so that helps me a bit. The interview doesn't last too long, and we have an opportunity to share notes and debrief with each other after the interview is done. Once it's about 12 o'clock, I take a lunch. Usually in the office, I would be walking around to a restaurant or something downtown, or just completely away from my desk and in the lunchroom. And so I use this time while I'm at home to maintain that balance. So I get my food and I kind of just watch TV or do anything I need to do around the house in that time. This gives me a good amount of a break. It makes me completely disconnected and I should be ready to go again once the time is over or my show is over. And so it's a good time for me to just disconnect and relax. Back to lunch after work, I get to connect with my team lead. In this time being at home, I actually transferred departments, and so I often need guidance on some things just to get my way around processes and be familiar with things they do. And so I like to maintain communication, and he's always usually available by Skype or on the phone, so we can easily share screens and point our way through things that we have to work on. Right now, we're working on something really interesting. We are working on making many sidewalks accessible to wheelchairs all around the state, and so we have to plan around utilities, light poles, signal poles, and things that are obstructions in the way, and also maintaining a good grade on the ground for wheelchair users, maintaining access to cross streets and intersections, and making sure the signals can work well for them. One new thing that's been implemented on my team is what we call eavesdropping sessions. And so during this time, we get to make up for the missed time of being in the office and listening to older colleagues discuss technical issues. So these eavesdropping sessions are informal, but they allow us to listen to superiors who are discussing things that have to do with projects. And these are things that we're missing out just by not being in the office and being at home. So being able to listen to this means we have the opportunity to hear what they're saying and also ask questions if we have to. When I end a call, I often like to use that as a time for a quick break. So this lets me leave, get a drink, get a snack, and come back. Toward the end of the day, when all the meetings and calls for the day are done, I know I am going to have some dedicated, undistracted time for just production and technical work. So with this, I am locked into MicroStation just on my designs, and I know that I am just doing production and I don't have to really interact with anyone. So this is cutting out phones, TVs, anything else, and I can really buckle down and get the job done before the end of the day. I start winding down my work around 5:30 in the evening. I know it's a temptation to just keep on working, but I try to set a regular end of my workday, which is usually 6. And so I know that that is a definite end for me, and I am completely unplugging. Sitting all day can get really boring and almost a strain on your body. And so in this time, I've tried to stay active and end my day with leaving my space completely for at least a walk, but most often a run. And so I change into my running clothes, I put on my shoes, and it's time to go, and that's the end of the workday. Thank you for spending the day with me at work, and thank you for watching.